Hello, first grade authors. It's Mrs. Davis here with your writing lesson for today. Today is Monday, March 8th. All right, my friends, we're still working on a personal narrative. So just a reminder, our goal when we finish our personal narrative is to have written a story about someone who helped you solve a problem. So think about the problem and how someone helped you, making sure your story has a beginning, middle, and end, and telling the story from your point of view using the pronoun I. Today we're going to talk about vivid verbs. Ooh, isn't that fun to say? Vivid verbs help paint a picture. As you continue to write your personal narrative story, we want to focus on choosing to use vivid verbs that give our reader a better understanding of what's going on in the story so that the reader can paint a picture in their mind. As we think back in our mentor story, The Kissing Hand, I noticed the author used some vivid verbs in their writing. I found those words interesting and even put them on my word bank our very first week of our personal narrative. I noticed words like nuzzled and scamper and grinned. Those are all very vivid verbs. Remember, nuzzled means to rub with your nose or mouth. Back in the story, I noticed that the author used the word nuzzled to help paint a picture for me, the reader, of what Mrs. Raccoon is doing to Chester. Let's take a look and compare two examples, and you tell me which sentence is more interesting to you as a reader. The first one, Mrs. Raccoon touched Chester. It's okay. Or the second one, Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand, nuzzled him on the ear. Oh, that one is much more interesting, right? I can really picture what's happening even without seeing the beautiful illustration. Nuzzling him on the ear with her little nose, nuzzling Chester's ear. How about these two sentences? Let's compare. Which sentence is more interesting to you as a reader? Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. Or Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester walk across a tree limb and enter school. I don't know about you, but I like the first sentence. When I hear that Chester is scampering across the tree limb, I can picture that in my mind a lot more interesting than he walked across a tree limb. Scamper is a vivid verb instead of saying walk. Now, I'm thinking about my personal narrative story. I have some sentences that I think could use some vivid verbs to make them more interesting. Let's see. What verb can I make more vivid and interesting to you as a reader? I looked in the house and backyard. That's my sentence. Do I sound like I'm really looking? I think I can make looked a little more vivid and interesting to my reader. Looked. What are some other words I could use instead of looked? Oh, if you're not sure, maybe have an adult help you look at something called a thesaurus, which gives us different words with the same meaning. Instead of looked, I'm choosing to use a more vivid verb. I said I searched in the house and backyard. That gives you a little more information about how I'm really, really wanting to find my dog, Molly. Searched has a little more sense of urgency to it, right? Than just looked. How about this sentence? What verb can I make more vivid and interesting to you as a reader? Oh no, Molly is lost, I said. What about that verb said? Can you think of another verb to replace that? Something that would be a little more vivid and interesting to my reader. Think about the emotion Miss Davis has. I've got exclamation marks, right? What about cried? Oh no, Molly is lost, I cried. Can you feel some more emotion from Miss Davis? I'm really worried about Molly. That gives more sense of urgency than just said. So, writers, your goal today as you continue to work on your personal narrative story, think about how you can use a vivid verb to help paint a picture for your reader. Here are some ideas of some verbs that you may already have in your story or that you may be planning to use in a sentence. Instead of look, think about some other verbs like Miss Davis used search or said. You could say cried or howled or screamed. Eat, ooh, maybe you gobbled up something. Or go, maybe you ran, maybe you flew. I don't know, it's up to you, right? You're the author, you get to choose your vivid verbs. Walk, there's another one. Maybe you ran or rushed. And touch, maybe you nuzzled or cuddled. You choose your vivid verb that you would like to include in your writing today. All right, authors, have a great time writing, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.